pinned to the rocks. The elders and disciples of the major sects were as fragile as ants in the face of absolute power. In just 10 breaths, the 3,000 righteous cultivators whose battle cries had shaken the heavens a moment ago were now all dead, not a single one left alive. I withdrew my ancient sword, shouldered the coffin once more, and continued my walk down the mountain. Behind me, it wasn't just the Heavenly Tao sect. Even the elites of the Righteous Alliance, who represented the justice and order of this world, were completely wiped out on this day. But I didn't care, even if I had to kill everyone in the world, as long as I could bring my brother back. I would do it without hesitation. Next up was the underworld. In the far west, there is a river where not even a goose feather can float. A dense, gray fog perpetually shrouds the river's surface. It is the tangible form of malevolent yin energy. An ordinary cultivator would have their meridians frozen and their soul damaged just by inhaling a single breath of it. This is the Nether River. At the end of the Netherworld stands a massive, faint stone gate. The gate to the Netherworld. This is the intersection of the world of the living and the dead, a place where the laws of nature are strictest. At this moment, I was braving the howling yin winds, walking step by step towards the gate. The icy wind was like a blade, constantly slicing at my protective spiritual aura. Halt! A sharp shout came from within the gray fog, followed by the slow emergence of two towering, spectral figures. They were the underworld's gatekeepers, the Ox-Head and Horseface envoys. Although in legends they are merely minor figures, in the cultivation world, these two are genuine Ghost King-level powerhouses. They possess a combat strength comparable to a late-stage soul transformation cultivator, and with the enhancement of the underworld's laws. Not only are they immortal and indestructible, but they can also suppress a living person's cultivation by 30%. Ox-Head's voice boomed like thunder. This is a sacred area of the underworld. The living are forbidden. You, cultivator up ahead, retreat at once, or we'll rip out your living soul and throw it into a pot of boiling oil. Fry you until you're crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. Horseface let out an even more sinister laugh. And you're even carrying a coffin. Are you in a hurry to be reincarnated? Since you're here, you might as well leave your life behind. I stopped and looked at these two demonic gods. There wasn't a trace of fear in my eyes. I'm going in to find someone. Horseface reacted as if he'd heard the funniest joke in the world, letting out a series of piercing, strange laughs. Who are you looking for? Are you looking for death? Ox-Head grew impatient. Trespassers of the Netherworld will be killed without mercy. The chain in Ox-Head's hand, wrapped in monstrous yin energy, shot towards me with the force of a collapsing mountain. Faced with this world-destroying blow, I just frowned slightly. Noisy, I slowly extended a hand and gently gripped the chain. Ox-Head, who was just looking smug, found his expression instantly frozen on his face. He saw that my seemingly frail hand had actually caught his full-powered strike with perfect stability, not moving an inch. How is this possible? That strike should have. Even a peak-stage deity transformation expert would be pierced through. How is this human even possible? I let out a cold snort and focused my power into my 5 fingers like a sword. I slammed a fist onto Ox-Head's massive skull. Kneel. A terrifying pressure belonging to the peak of the Mahayana realm was unleashed without reservation at this moment. Ox-Head's enormous body couldn't withstand this pressure at all, and his knees slammed heavily onto the ground. The nearby Horseface was scared out of his wits. How could there still be a Mahayana realm cultivator in the mortal world? That's a half-step true immortal. Horseface reacted extremely quickly. With a thud, he knelt on the ground. Great immortal, spare me. This lowly one was blind and failed to recognize your greatness. I didn't kill them. I'll ask, you'll answer. The previous sect master of the Heavenly Tao sect died 50 years ago. Where is he? Ox-Head and Horseface looked at each other in dismay. Horseface cautiously took out a pitch-black book. He began to flip through it quickly. A moment later, Horseface's expression turned extremely grim. I found him. Sha Mo died an unnatural death before his lifespan was up, and he bears an immense resentment. According to the law, he should have entered the city of the wrongfully deceased. But the Book of the Netherworld shows that his soul is not in the city of the wrongfully deceased. 50 years ago, just as his soul entered the gates of the Netherworld, it was snatched away by Ancestor Styx. Ancestor Styx loves to devour the souls of those who possess great fortune but die an unnatural death, using them to power his great blood river formation. In life, Sha Mo seemed to have the golden light of merit protecting his body, which is precisely the ancestor's favorite kind of supplement. Ancestor Styx is a hegemon in the Netherworld, said to be formed from the polluted blood of the river Styx. His power is immeasurable. To think that Sha Mo's soul fell into the hands of such an old monster, if it's used to refine the great blood river formation, it means his soul will be utterly destroyed, without even a trace left behind. Where is he? My voice was as cold as ice. In the blood palace of the river Styx, Very well, I wasted no more words and turned to leave. Horseface hurriedly shouted, "You can't go. That is a forbidden place for the living. Besides, Ancestor Styx has 8 million blood gods' children under his command. Although you are at the Mahayana stage, even so." My steps paused slightly, and a cold smile played on my lips. Perfect, since I'm here, I might as well slaughter my way through this netherworld. Soon, I arrived at Ancestor Styx's palace. Floating directly above the palace was a giant lotus flower, and at the very center of the lotus, a semi-transparent